allow dogs where I don't even think they keep dogs. They allow dogs where I live. Well, what bus is this?
Fifth Avenue. This is the downtown side. Where do you want to go?
I could go there,
Where?
downtown.
Lots of funny things go on, don't they?
Well, he probably figured that I would want a dog, which of course I would if I had a way to keep it, but I don't even have a refrigerator.
Yes, that must be it. He must have thought that you had a refrigerator. What do you do?
The switchboard. Don't you remember me?
Me?
I always nod to you every morning.
Oh, in the reception room.
Sure, Maggie.
Of course. You get my numbers sometimes.
Well, did you think that I just came up and started talking to you?
I have no idea.
Well, what must you have thought? I guess it's because you've never seen me all together. Just my head peeking through that little window.
Well, it's nice to meet all of you finally.
Are you going back to work tonight?
No, no, I'm just resting for a few minutes.
Oh, it's nice to do that. Is that my bus over there?
I'm not sure where you want to go.
Well, I wanted to find one of those discount stores. I just bought a phonograph, but I only have one record. I'll see you.
There's a one on 27th and 5th Avenue.
Oh, thanks.
There's a record store on the corner, you know. Uh,
Is it discount?
well, they all discount. Hey,
I forgot something.
hey, get lost. Oh, oh, I'm sorry. I thought you knew him.
No, I never saw him.
Well, what were you going with him for?
He said he knew a store. Oh. Where's the one you were talking about?
I have to think a minute. Let me see. Mm,
Do you mind if I sit here, like, while you're thinking?
sure. Mm, that happened to you very often
Pretty often.
because you talk to them.
They talk to me. I mean, I have to answer.
No, not if they are rude. Just turn your back.
Oh, okay. Thanks, though. I mean, for stopping it.
Well, anybody would.
No, they laugh. I'm a joke to them. You gonna be here for long?
Just a few minutes. I'm on my way home. I've never done this before.
Oh, you look like you always did. Like you could do this for hours, just sit under the trees and just think.
Oh no, I usually go right home. I always go right home.
Well, see, I'm still paying for the phonograph, whereas they don't sell records on time.
They're afraid they'll wear out, I guess.
Oh, well, that must be it. Because you can get phonographs. How did you know that?
I was just guessing.
That's where we cut it.
Oh, okay. When you go back, when I leave you guys, do that last part about the judge
The judge.
that dies, the guy who just died, because I think it tells you a great deal about this girl character. Because you
Okay.
said my friend who lives in that building who just died, and then you go, you mean the judge? And Barbara goes, yes, because I think it tells a lot about you, Barbara. You were having some kind of relationship with a very famous judge that works where he works.
So where do you want it to end? Like he died? That'd be the last line, or what?
No, Kenneth, don't you have a line that says, are you talking about the judge, Judge something or other? And you
No,
go,
I don't have that. That
Well, yeah, it's on page. You do. It's on page.
oh, I mean, okay, yeah, further. No, I don't know.
On page 5. It's on page 5.
You mean Judge? You mean Judge? You mean Judge Cruz?
and then what do you say after that, Barbara?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think that's really important.
oh, I
All right.
didn't know that. You,
It's okay. I didn't tell you guys where to cut it, so don't worry about it.
So is that where you want it to end? Just where I go? Yeah.
Yeah, because I think it tells you a lot about her. Um,
Okay.
all right, so Barbara, a couple things. When you say do you don't remember me or something like that, or do you?
Uh huh.
I think you feel real disappointed when you say that. You know,
Right.
and then I'd like to see that in your face. And then he says, "Of course I." Oh yes, of course I do. And then I want to see a big smile.
Okay.
Um, um, I also think it's very sad when you say, I'm just a joke to them.
Hmm.
What do you mean by that?
Nobody ever, sees me for anything but my body.
Well, what about the judge? Let's talk about him for a second. Did he? I think
Um.
you have to make your mind up about him, whether it was just a cordial friendship or if he was married or if you just really liked him and was very
I
kind to you.
think I really hope. I'm really kind of looking for a daddy, but I'm not aware of it. It's not. It's just that these older men are attracted to me. They want to take care of me, and I need to be taken care of really badly.
Right, but here's the deal. This is why I wanted to talk to you about it. It's very interesting because this is a real dated piece. You're
Mhm.
very poor. You know, I'm buying one record for I'm just paying off my phonograph,
Mhm.
and they don't sell long term records. I mean, it's
Mhm.
really from another era.
Mhm.
Um, so you're very poor. So obviously, if you were having a relationship with this judge, it wasn't for money.
No, I don't think she's. I don't think she's like a user.
No.
I think she's just so needy in terms of loneliness and wanting a daddy, wanting somebody to just, pay attention to her for, anything. And
So go ahead. Do you think that he was married, or do you
I,
think he was old and single and you would just go and visit him and maybe have a drink and he'd pat you here or there or what?
yeah, I don't think I was actually having an affair with him. I just think that he was really kind to me.
Got it.
And yeah, I think I loved him like a daddy.
Okay. And one other note, I liked what you did when you kind of rustled around, like the guy
Hmm.
was trying to drag you on the bus. So I think you need to say first, oh, like to somebody, where I can buy one and it's cheap. And
Oh,
then,
you do want
oh,
me to say that? Okay.
leave me and stop it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So you give him that okay of just being nice to him, saying, "Oh, you da 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 da," because that's why he says, "Do you do this often?" You said, "Well, they talk to me. I've got to answer them."
Right.
Then it would make sense there for me for you to do that.
Okay.
Okay. Now, Kenneth,
Hmm.
what are you thinking about her?
I think she's attractive, so I'm kind of interested and try to figure out what's going on. If she's talking to me on purpose, or is she attracted to me? That's why she talked to me, or not. Because never had this kind of experience before, so
And she's
trying to
kind
figure it
of
out.
and she's kind of weird too, isn't she? I mean, she's talking about a guy giving her a dog, then another guy taking the dog, and
Yes,
she does.
random. Yeah, so
So I
random.
think there's a little bit of something that goes on when she says, "Is this the bus stop?" Because it's it says right there, bus stop.
Yes,
So I think something's happening in your yeah,
like
something's
blind
going on
sex.
with yeah, but there's also something else going on with what is she in her? What's going on? Is she in her right mind? What's going on with her?
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? There's
Yeah.
do I like her? Am I gonna have to deal with a nutcase?
Yeah.
Um, so I can see an arc. I want to see an arc of that. Maybe you're confused there,
Uh huh.
and you're listening to her, and you have to make a decision as a man. Is she sweet? Is she cute? Do I like her? I
Mm.
need to see that in you, Ken, because
When
then
do I have to make that decision? I don't make that in the beginning, right? I
just
gradually. Uh,
somewhere I'm asking you to begin
oh, okay.
to let me know if you like her and you're starting to, because then for your arc at the end, it's like, are you talking about the judge? I mean, she's talking about probably one of the most powerful judges in the
Uh,
law firm that you work with.
okay.
And this is, it's coming from left field, her friend. It's like, what? It's got to be, what's going on?
Okay.
Okay, so that I see this arc for you.
Mm-hmm.
And Barbara, same for you. I think you already like him.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you showed me that. And the man with the dog and all that stuff, I don't have a clue what that's about.
I just think I think it really happened. But I think there was some kind of a real scam going on with this dog thing. I think the dog either had a drug, it was like a drug deal or whatever. That I'm
Yeah.
standing there
Yeah, it
and
reminded me of Marilyn Monroe of Breakfast at Tiffany's, where she was talking to, giving the gangster all the information. So that's a good choice. Uh, I like that choice. I think that's a really good choice, Barb. And
thanks.
um, this is kind of a role where you can begin to show your ditzy side, you know.
I was like, believe it or not, Tony, when I was in my 20s in Hollywood, I was like this. I
Good.
did really stupid things. I can't even tell you some of the stuff I did. Hitchhiking and, getting into cars with crazy people
You and
and
I
having,
both.
I know, but that's what I felt like I could inhabit Maggie because of that. Because
Yeah,
when
well, you already are. Don't, again, don't think of you inhabiting her. Think of her inhabiting you. And that will make a big difference
okay,
because then it gives her the control.
hmm, interesting way of looking at it.
Yeah. And I think, this is where you can kind of be quirky in your old self and that, you know. And Ken, I think you're so stolid and so from point A to point B
Mm-hmm.
that she's really interesting. She's like a little social butterfly, to
Yeah.
you. A
Mm-hmm.
little crazy, but a little fun.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to leave you guys to work out. I'm going to go to the next room. I'll call you back. All
Okay,
right. Okay. You guys stay there, and I'm going to go to join room 3.
Hey, Jingle.
Oh, hey. Yeah, I know.
All right,
Oh,
kid.
here it is.
Oh,
Hi, Tony.
Hi, Toni.
All right, so I'm gonna work with you now. And then I've got a couple more scenes, then you're all coming back. So
Okay.
look at that little boy. Is he cute?
Yeah, I know.
Is he a
Django.
poodle, Danny?
No, he's a Bichon Frise. He gets really hairy. He
Oh
just
my
had his
God.
hair cut. But
Can I see his face?
yeah.
I
Come here,
want to see
Django.
his face.
Come here, Django.
Oh.
There he is. He's got, I tried to clean the stuff under his eyes, but white dogs always, come here, Django. Come here, don't hide. There he is. There he is.
The baby boy. Oh, he's so cute.
Yeah. He's the little dude.
Is that him talking?
Yes. Well, no, it's the other one. Oh, he's here. The other one wants some camera time. Where is he?
Hi, baby.
There he is. There's the other one.
Hi,
Oh.
baby boo. Oh,
He's the
there's-
one that was making noise.
Yeah, he wanted some. He wanted to be shown. There you go.
Yeah, yeah. He was like, "Hey, man, what's with
Okay.
him?" They get jealous when they get attention. When one gets attention, the other doesn't. They get.
Okay. So here we go. Danny, just we're gonna start off as if it's a casting director. So I'm gonna start talking to you guys. Danny, the part where Rebecca, the man offers Rebecca that he knows of a different store to pull, and he's gonna starts to pull her on the bus.
Mhm.
Either you paraphrase it or Rebecca paraphrase it. In
Okay.
other
Yeah, I
words,
was gonna.
hey man, I know you know of another record store, but leave the lady alone. And Rebecca, maybe you can go, hey, to show me he's trying to pull you into the bus.
Oh, okay.
Or-
So
Or Rebecca, because your next line that come up, Danny says, why do you talk to them? And you say, well, they talk to me, I have to answer them. So maybe if you want to take the lead in this, Rebecca, and say, oh, you know of where I can buy a discounted record? And then show me he's trying to pull you. And Danny, I think that's a better way. And then Danny, you say, hey man, stop it, leave her alone. Because that
Okay.
will help you say the line, does this always happen to you? And remember you say, well, they talk to me, I have to talk back. Okay. So
Okay,
Danny, give me your name.
my name is Danny McGowan.
Danny, the reason I'm talking this fast is this is how fast the casting directors give you the notes.
Okay.
Did you have a question for me, honey?
No, I guess so. Just about that middle part was that's what I was wondering about too.
Okay.
So
All right.
I've been reading his part, so now
No,
we
don't.
just kind of improvise that a bit. Then.
Yeah, don't read his part. Don't even become him because you can't play two characters at the same time.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Slate your name, sir.
Hi, my name is Danny McGowan.
We're going to be doing this film in 2 weeks. Do you have any prior commitments?
No, I'll make myself available.
Okay, thank you. And your name, ma'am?
My name is Rebecca Gonzalez.
And where do you live, Rebecca? Because you sound like you have an accent. Where do you live?
I live in Guatemala. It's in Central America.
Uh-huh. So if we start this, we're going to be shooting in Arizona.
Okay.
How are you about getting to Arizona from Guatemala?
Well, I could get a plane ticket to get there on the weeks. How long will the filming will take?
It's going to probably be for 2 weeks. And once you get there, we'll pay your per diem and hotel. But we probably will not be willing to pay for your airline ticket.
Okay, so I can pay my plane ticket to get.
Okay, thank you. That's how they talk. All right, here we go.
What made me think that at the end of the day, I absolutely had to go home? Huh. Oh, there's the truth. Symmetrical, lovely skin, undeniable.
Excuse me, did you see a man with a big dog?
No, but I saw a woman with a little bird.
No, it's not him. Is this the bus stop?
Yeah, the sign.
Or was he standing over there? And a man came in with a big dog and put a leash on my hand and walked away. So I started running after him, but the dog wouldn't move. Then another man came and took the leash out of me. But I don't think it's his dog. I think it's the first man's dog.
Well, you want the dog?
How could I keep a dog? I don't even know if they allow dogs where I live. What bus is this?
Fifth Avenue. This is the downtown side. Where you want to go?
Well, I could go there,
Where?
downtown.
What funny things go on, don't they?
Well, he probably figured out I would want a dog. Whereas I would if I had a way to keep it. I don't even have a refrigerator.
Yes, that must be it. He must have thought you had a refrigerator. What do you do?
On the switchboard. Don't you remember me?
Me?
Yeah, I always start up not to you every morning.
Oh, in the reception room.
Sure. Maggie,
Of course. You bring my number sometimes.
do you think I just came up and started talking to you?
I had no idea.
Well, what must you have thought? I guess it's actually that you never see me like all together. I mean, just my head through that little window.
Well, it's nice to meet all of you. Finally.
Uh, you go back to work again tonight?
No, I'm just resting for a few minutes.
Oh, it's nice to do that. Is that my boss down there?
I'm not sure where you want to go.
I wanted to find one of those discount stores. I just bought a phonograph, but I only have one record. So I'll see you.
Hmm.
Wait, you say like that you have you know where's a store of discount?
Yeah, there's a record store around the corner, you know.
But is it discount?
Yeah, well, they all discount.
Oh, okay. I don't know where
Um,
I know that there's not one store. So if you excuse me, I don't want to go with you.
yeah, yeah, sir, yeah. Hey, I'm sorry. I thought you knew him.
No, I don't know him.
Now, what were you talking to him for?
He said he knew a store. Where's the one you're talking about?
I'll have to think about it for a minute. Let me see.
Can I sit with you while you're thinking?
Sure, sure. So, does that happen to you very often?
Pretty often.
It's because you talk to him.
Well, they talk to me, so I have to answer.
Not if they're rude, just turn your back.
Ah, okay. Thanks though for stopping it.
Well, anyone would.
No, they laugh. I'm a joke to them. You're going to rest here for long?
Just a few minutes. I'm on my way home. I've never done this before.
Oh, you look like you always did. Like you could sit under these trees for hours just thinking.
No, I usually go right home. I always go right home.
See, I'm still paying for the phonograph, whereas they don't sell records on time, you know?
They're afraid they'll wear out, I guess.
Oh, that must be it, because you can get a phonograph. How you know that?
I was just guessing.
I never can guess those things. I don't know why they do anything half the time. I had about 10 or 20 records in Washington, but my friend got sick. and I had to leave. His family lived right down there in the Park Avenue.
Oh. Oh. Is he better?
He died.
Oh. And
See.
scene.
Okay, can you take it just a tinsy bit further with, you know, it's the judge, it's on the next page, Danny. Are you talking about judge? Because I think that we need to end there.
Oh, okay.
Because he's saying he was a friend. And so that arc is really surprising. He's the biggest judge in New York, and he just died and he worked in your office. So what is she taught? It's weird. Do you know what I mean? It's
Oh,
like, what was she doing with him?
Mhm.
okay.
All right. So Rebecca, let's give you your notes first.
Yeah.
I think, do you think that I would just come up to you like this? I think you need to really think that's funny.
Okay.
I
Okay.
think that you would just walk up and start talking to him.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
also think when you say, "Can I sit with you a while?" You're a little scared. That guy scared you because he was
Okay.
trying to pull you into the bus. Danny, I need you to stop him faster. And I need you
Okay.
to say, "Get lost." You know, really be mean.
Okay.
You know, you're defending her. I want you to be a little surprised when you're talking about her, saying, you know, "Now there's a good looking blah blah blah." You know, you're talking about her, and then suddenly she sits down. You've got to be somewhat surprised.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
nice angles and smooth skin, and oh, no, there she
Yeah.
is.
And then she sits.
You know,
Yeah. And
and
there she
I
is.
think that you think she is telling you a joke about the dogs. It's like, what is she talking about?
Yeah. Yeah. I was trying to act like I was a little kind of confused by what she was talking about.
Well, that I like that choice, but then choose it, really go for it more.
Okay.
You know, like, huh?
Okay.
Because I think this is written during an era, and so it's Rebecca. Your character is more like a Holly Golightly in Moon River in Breakfast at Tiffany's. You know, where
Mm-hmm.
she's maybe it was a dope deal. You know, the guy he hands you a dog, and then another guy comes and takes the dog. What is that? You know, and you're kind of like surprised too. It's like, what just happened?
Okay.
And it tells me a lot about her because that happens a lot. You know,
Yeah.
like you said, I'm a joke. Now, this judge didn't treat you like a joke.
Mhm.
You have to make up your mind. Was he married? Did he
Yeah.
touch you? He was.
He
Did
was
you meet
married.
his wife?
Yeah, but when it was like his when they engraved the men, like the wife didn't let me go to the cemetery.
Right. So we're not sure if you were sleeping with him or if you
Mhm.
were just friends with him. I think you were probably just friends with him,
Yeah.
and the wife just misunderstood that because you're poor. You know, you live all by yourself. That's why you only wanted to get a discount record. You
Yeah.
only have a phonograph that you've just paid off. You're poor. You didn't ask anybody for money.
Hmm.
You know, you're just new. You're kind of vulnerable to it all. Danny, I think that I need to see that arc that after, you know, she says, "Can I sit with you?" That she's scared, that you feel very protective of her until
Okay.
she says the judge. And then that's got a really, the arc is like, what? The judge? I mean, huh? What was that about? Have you heard that he had a mistress? Uh, you have to make the selection there. Are you talking about the judge? You know,
Okay. So we don't have, can I just say, yeah, just a little bit like something like that after she said, oh, okay, no, I do say, you mean Judge Cruz. Okay. And then we stop there, but
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean,
this is,
we need to find out, what are you thinking at that moment?
okay.
Do you
So be like,
know,
you
have you heard
mean,
that he was having an affair with someone? Or how does she know him? Or what's going on?
yeah, kind of like, you mean Judge Cruz? That
Yeah.
sort of,
And I like
yeah.
your newspaper, and I like you opening it and looking at it and saying, blah, blah, blah. And then you see her now. Look at that. Look at those fine lines. Da, 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 da. Okay.
Okay.
This
Yeah,
is
maybe I should look over
called
to the side a
soda.
little more.
This is called soda. You're talking to yourself. Who would have thought I'd be doing this today? And whoa, look at those fine lines. And oh, she's sitting there.
What's
Okay.
that called? Okay.
Sodo. It's where
Sodo.
yeah, it's where someone's talking to themselves like, oh God damn it, I hurt my finger. You're
Oh,
talking to yourself.
oh, okay.
You're not really talking to anybody in particular. You're probably
Right.
talking to your finger and you're pissed. I hurt my
Okay.
finger.
Stupid finger.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go to the next room, you guys, and then we're
Okay.
all coming back.
Okay, thank you,
Okay.
Toni.
Yeah,
Bye,
thanks.
guys.
I'm the
Okay, kids, I'm here. So we're gonna make you big now. We're gonna take me off. But before we do, I'm gonna act as a casting director, so I'm gonna give you just a little bit direction at the beginning. Did you hear me at all, Stephen? Have you guys been sleeping this whole time?
sleeping.
Oh,
Well, you didn't
No.
have earphones in.
I was just I was charging them.
Ah,
I was getting ready because I didn't want them to die during our scene.
all right, sweetie. So here's the deal. And this is how fast casting directors will give you a direction. Noelle,
Yeah.
when the bus thing happens, the beginning of the bus thing where the guy says to you, Stephen, don't say it, don't become the other character.
We don't do that.
All right, but still do that moment. Paraphrase it, Noelle, by saying, oh, by looking to your side. Oh, sir, you know of another place where I can get, a record discount? And then it's like he pulls you. Stephen, you have to say, hey, man, stop it.
Okay.
Because that's going to help you when you say to her, does that happen often? And
But Tony, we
Yeah.
we started the scene. I don't know if you still want us to do it, but just so you know, we started the scene later on because we chose 3 pages, but at page 3 actually until page 7.
what?
Like we didn't know if we didn't know if it was the first 3 pages or just 3 pages in general. So we choose
Did you
3 pages in the.
didn't, you didn't get my note that said do the first 4 pages?
No.
It's okay.
No, I thought it was just for.
You're
pages.
frozen, Stephen, you're frozen, baby.
Sorry.
That's okay. Okay, then that's my fault. I'm sorry. I thought I got that to you. Do you want to
It's okay.
Do you want to rehearse it? Or can
Like
we-
Yeah,
do the
we
first 3 pages.
Yeah, we could do it. We could rehearse it really fast, and because it like kind of is the same as because we're on the 3rd page, it would just be the 2 page. We could definitely do that like quickly for you and get that down.
Okay, so again, Noelle, I want you to paraphrase it. Oh, hello, sir. What? Oh, you know of a place where I can get this record cheaply? And then he starts to pull you, and Stephen, you've got to jump in and say, hey, man, stop it.
Okay, so that's when I do the like, hey, stop it, and then I do the, oh, I'm sorry, I thought you knew him. Like, go right
Yes.
into that. Okay, cool,
Oh,
fantastic.
okay.
But no, I'm still want you to start at the beginning.
Oh,
Yeah.
just
But
for
that,
that part though.
Yeah.
but for that part, instead of doing like the whole man.
Yes,
Which
don't
is-
do the whole man. Never, never, never.
Okay,
When you're doing one character, do you switch to another character? Never.
okay.
So Stephen, while you're sitting there Maybe you're reading a newspaper or a book, but the voice is what we call soto. It means you're talking to yourself. Who would have thought that I could do this? Maybe you're sunbathing for a second. I don't know. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
You're talking to yourself, and then you see her and you say, now look at that. The planes are nice, nice skin, da 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 da. And then Noelle sits down.
Okay. So
Now,
the front, so at the beginning, it's like, oh, whatever made me think is just me kind of talking to herself. And I'm like, oh, so much
yeah,
more lovely skin. And then that's when
yeah,
Noelle would walk in. Okay.
yeah.
So, okay. So at the beginning, we just do the beginning like normal, right? Okay.
What do you mean normal?
Like just the lines, right?
Yeah, but Noelle, just real quickly before you start, just make a couple of decisions. This is an old, in a whole different era written play. You're more like Holly Golightly in Breakfast at Tiffany's. Do you know what I mean? It's like there's a guy, he gave me a dog, then another guy came and took the dog. You're an innocent, probably a drug deal went down. We don't know. You're confused. And you know him. And I think when you go to sit down and you say, didn't you know me or do you recognize me? I think you think it's quite funny that he thinks you would just walk up and sit down next to him. Do you know what
So
I
I
mean?
sit. So okay. So where do I sit in the
Beginning,
at the beginning?
where you say the words to him, don't you recognize me or do you know who I am or did you think I would come over here and just sit down next to you?
Okay.
If you guys don't have this ready, just do for me what you've got done, okay? Because this is going to be too confusing to you. So
Okay.
let's
I
see what you practiced, okay? Let's see what you did. Forget.
Okay. We can do what you want, Tony, too. I don't think it's gonna be complicated. Okay. Okay.
No. Let's see what you've done, and then I'll make my mind up, okay, sweetheart? Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go. Oh, wait a minute. Let me turn off my video. Just a minute. Excuse me. Okay. All right. I need to see your face a little bit more. Your head's cut off, Noelle. There you go. Yeah.
All right. Ready, Noah?
Yeah. Ready.
All right. I'm sorry. I thought you knew him.
No, I never saw him.
Or what were you going away with him for?
Well, he said he knew a story. But where's the one you were talking about?
I'd have to think a minute. Let me see.
Could I sit with you while you're thinking?
Sure. Does that happen to you often?
Pretty often.
It's because you talk to them.
Well, but they talk to me, so I have to answer.
Not if they're rude. Just turn your back.
Oh, okay. Thanks, though, for, stopping it.
Anybody would.
No, they laugh at me. I'm like a joke to them. You going to sit here for long?
Just a few minutes. I'm on my way home. I've never done this before.
Oh, you look like he does that all the time. Yeah, like you would just sit for hours under the trees and think.
No, I usually just go right home. I always go right home.
See? Okay, I'm still paying for the phonograph, whereas they don't sell records on time, you know?
They're afraid you'll wear them out, I guess.
Yeah, that must be it. Can you can get a phonographs, but how do you know that?
I was just guessing.
I never can guess those kind of things. I don't know why they do anything half the time. I had about 10 or 20 workers in Washington, but my friend got sick and I had to leave. But his family stays over there in Park Avenue.
Oh, is he better?
He died.
When was this?
Friday, remember? They closed the office for the day.
You mean Judge Cruz?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that you.
yeah.
He was a great lawyer and a great judge too.
Yeah, he was really nice to me.
I was at the funeral, but I didn't see you though.
Oh, well, they wouldn't let me come in. I got to the hospital before he died, and the family pushed me out. I heard him screaming my name, Maggie, Maggie, but they kept trying to push me away. They tried to give me $1,000, but I refused the money. I just wanted to say goodbye to him. But see, I have a letter of the dirt. See, that's what that's from his grave. That's what his chauffeur gave me, Alexander.
Did you love him very much?
No, in fact, a couple of times I left him, really.
Why didn't you all together?
Why he didn't want me to.
Huh. So what are you gonna do now?
Well, I'd love to get this worker if I could find a discount store.
No, I meant in general.
Oh, they gotta fire me now?
Oh, I wouldn't know about that.
Although I'm not worried, because I can always go back to her hair.
To where?
I used to demonstrate her in a department store. You know, I was almost on TV once because I have very thick hair and it's not broken. So you can feel it here. Oh, excuse me.
That's all right.
I mean, I just thought you might, want to feel it.
Sure.
Okay, go ahead. I mean, if you want to.
It is. Yeah, very soft.
I once went from page boy to buffon in less than 10 minutes.
What made you quit?
They start sending me to conventions and all, and I don't know, you're supposed to entertain, you see?
Oh, yeah.
They were like part I didn't like. Oh, hi. They're so nice when they look up from their books.
Well, I've got to go.
Interesting.
Scene.
Well, it's not going to be the scene everybody else does, but it's interesting to see that you took it further. And so she does have an affair with the judge, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we didn't know that. So it becomes a whole different character, which is very interesting to see the way Noelle has played her. Interesting. I'm kind of taken aback because everybody's been doing it so differently. So I liked what you did, Noelle. I got just a little confused just before you said I had family friends that lived in that building. What was the line that you said before you told us he was dead?
Um, I said, yeah, that's a long line. I was saying that he got sick and I had to leave.
No, before that, where you said in that building, and before he says you mean Judge blah blah blah.
Yeah,
Oh,
The
oh
line.
yeah, no, that That is the line. Yeah, she said I had about 10 or 20 records in Washington, but my friend got sick. I had to leave. My family or his family
His
lives right
family.
over there on Park Avenue.
Oh, so he was having an affair with you in Washington?
I I think.
Okay.
Yes.
So this character tells us a lot because this is, a genre kind of play. Takes place during, the 40s and in that era. So it's kind of like um you you're not stupid, but you're naive in the sense that you're poor. Here you're having this affair with this very famous
Judge.
judge, and you had a lot of stuff going, and now you have nothing. You're looking for a discount record to play on your phonograph record, which you've just paid off. So that tells us a lot about this woman, that she doesn't ask for money, but there's something inside of you, Noel, that wants to have an affair with an older man. He's obviously older if he just died. I mean, I don't think it was a young man. I think he was a pretty old man. And I think it
Yeah,
was,
and normally judges are pretty. They're not young, so
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So, um, why are you telling him this?
Because he knows him.
You don't know if he knows him.
Oh, but I'm
think
saying
I think
Friday, you remember
maybe,
they closed the.
well,
Oh, sorry.
I think maybe you're telling him this because you don't want him to think you're a real loser, or that you really try to take advantage of people. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like they offered you money, you refused the money. He wanted you there, they threw you out. I mean, it goes back to that line where you say everybody thinks I'm a joke. Do you know what I mean? And
Okay.
that you're not a loser, you're a good woman. You'll still survive. But you're really an innocent woman. You know what I mean? It's like when you're really young, you do stupid stuff. And I
Uh,
think that you really like him and you don't want him to think that you use people and that, you're self sufficient. Um, but are you
uh,
interested in him?
yeah. Yeah.
So, where's the point where you say you're really interested in him?
Uh,
Where do you feel it?
I mean, I feel like I'm showing him interest when I said, "Could I sit with you?" at the
Yeah.
beginning.
And I think, yeah. And I think maybe you're a little nervous about it too. Because it's like you're a Marilyn Monroe kind of figure. Men are just falling all over you trying to take advantage. And I think that's how you met the judge to begin with, because he was kind of like a father figure to you. Do you know what I mean? He was trying
Yeah.
to take care of you. Um, Now, Stephen, I really liked what you were doing. You were playing him really like Steve Reeves. I mean, like you were Superman. It was funny. Um, uh, you're trying to figure her out, aren't you?
Yeah, we were actually talking about this, how like we both would like have an attraction to each other, but it's because we're both like polar opposites. Like the way I kind of read it and felt it was like my guy is more like by the books, we're like pensive and nervous and yeah, just like very straight edge. And here's this girl who works in the same, like I see her at work, and she's like this bubbly, completely different person. And I think the complete opposite of the the oppositeness, which is not a word, of each other. Yeah, it's just kind of the opposites like kind of attract, and it's like what sparks an interest between us two, because I'm not being, just some guy who's like all over her like everyone else. I'm just, like I'm being more respectful and like just trying to have a conversation a little bit, but still very interested. That's kind of what we were
So,
thinking.
so I think as you've got your tie on and your collar, I think at some point you need to loosen that collar, you
Okay.
know, and she's making you very uncomfortable.
Okay.
You know
Okay.
what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
so that at the point after you loosen the collar, and you're chatting to her, trying to get to know her, and she's telling you about the judge, you start to put things together.
Okay.
Like, oh my God, you've heard about this judge. You heard that he had a young mistress. Oh God, they're putting fireworks off at my house. Wait a minute. Hold on just a second. All right, guys.
So we have done a complete different thing. And the goal of this class was to do the
The
same
same
thing
scene. Yeah.
initially.
Oh man.
But I mean, I don't mind at all doing either. But
And of course,
Oh
it's
yeah.
right by my house, so I apologize. It's
You're
right
fine.
in front of my house. So I mean, I think when she starts talking about the judge and you realize who she's talking about, I think that you want to get away. That's why you say, I've got to leave now.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh dear God, you're a young lawyer coming up in this firm. You've heard about this situation. All right, you pull your tie up, you stiffen up, and yeah,
Okay.
I gotta go now
yeah,
because you make this sudden withdrawal. So I
Okay.
can see I would like to see the arc of you getting snagged into her story and how
Okay.
cute she is, and you're starting to get really attracted, and then wow, she brings up the judge and you can't get out of there fast enough.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds great.
All right, so I'll come back in about 10 minutes and we're gonna bring you all together.
Okay.
okay, thank you.
Bye, kids.
Bye.
Okay.
Wait. Oh,
I'm here, you guys. I'm making you big.
Oh,
And I'd like to see it now. Before I do, I'm going to act as a casting director. So casting directors talk really fast. So Marshall, on the scene, the part where she's the guy's offering her the record, you know what I mean, to take her on the bus. Are you doing that part at the very beginning?
no, we cut her off at that part. We cut her off right before that.
on page 3, right above where the man comes in, we cut it off.
Okay, so you're coming in there. All right, let me see what you've done then. But just first, Marshall, slate your name, please.
Yeah, we're starting from the top on page 1, though, just to let you know, Tony, casting director,
Wait a minute, on page 1.
on page
you're-
1.
Wait a
And
minute.
we end right before the man at the record store. for
On page
clarification.
No, I want you to go further, guys.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So
Go
one
to-
of us, one of us is gonna have to play 2 characters. I can do
No.
that.
No. Never play 2 characters, Marshall. Never.
That's what I thought. Okay, yeah.
So that's why I'm saying Jennifer needs to say, as if she's talking to someone else, oh, this is where you paraphrase. Oh, so sir, you're saying that you know where I can buy a discounted record? And then it's like he's starting to pull her, and you need to say, hey man, stop that. And stop
Okay.
the situation. Do you understand?
Yes.
I think so. So the line is never getting said.
But I think you
The
need to.
man's lines are never getting said, but I'm
No,
reacting to them.
No, you need to paraphrase him, Jennifer, because otherwise it doesn't work. So you need to say something like, oh, sure, You're saying that you know where there's another record store that I can buy it cheap and then act like he's starting to pull you, Marshall, you say, hey, stop it, man. Because his next line to you is, does that happen to you often? And you say, well, they talk to me, I have to answer them back.
Mhm.
Okay. And then
Yeah.
at what point would you like us to end then?
I want it to end when you say, I had some family friends and he had lots of records. He lived in that building. And you say that building there. And Marshall goes, is he okay? And you say, no, he died. And then don't you remember they closed down the office? And Marshall says, are you talking
You mean,
about Judge
you mean
da
Judge
da da
Durst?
da?
Truth? Yeah.
Yeah, because that's a big thing. That's like where he works. That's a big judge. You know, he's probably, I mean, have you had an affair with him, Jennifer?
I I don't believe so.
Well, let me just say someone else has chosen to do a different part of this scene. And from what they read, you did have an affair with him, or you became friendly with him, and you went to go see him at the hospital, and the family offered you $1,000 to go away, which you refused to take.
Okay.
So, you know, this is a genre that's totally different than the genre of today. This
Mhm.
is Holly Golightly from Breakfast at Tiffany's or Marilyn Monroe and Some Like It Hot. I mean, you're kind of a young innocent who just gets involved in a way that probably isn't improper, but everyone thinks it is. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm. Okay. We have not rehearsed this part at all. I just want
Yeah.
to let you know.
All right, well, show me what you've done.
Okay. Do you want us to keep going
Marshall,
then?
Marshall, please slate your name.
Marshall Bennett.
And we're going to be shooting this film in Arizona. Are you going to be available next week?
Yes.
Thank you. And Jennifer, where do you live?
I live in Riverside right now.
Okay, so we would probably fly you out to Arizona. Do you have any dates that are blocked or anything for you?
No?
Okay, thank you. All right, let's see what you guys have done, then I can change it.
Just for
Okay.
clarification before we start, you just want us to do what we've rehearsed.
Yeah, but pull your camera down further. I'm seeing too much headroom.
Okay, I'm gonna walk in. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
And whatever made me think that at the end of the day, I absolutely had to go home. Now there's a truth. Symmetrical, lovely skin, undeniable.
Excuse me. Did you see a man with a big dog?
No, but I saw a woman with a little bird.
Oh, that's not him. Is this the bus stop?
Yeah, the sign says bus stop here.
Oh, you know, I was standing over there and this man came up to me with this big dog and he put the leash in my hand and then he walked away. So I started to go after him, but then the dog wouldn't move. And then this other man came up and he took the leash and he went away. But I don't think it was his dog. I think it was the first man's dog.
Well, You want the dog?
Well, how could I keep a dog? I mean, I don't even think they allow dogs where I live. What bus is this?
Fifth Avenue. This is the downtown side. Where do you want to go?
Well, I could go there.
Where?
Downtown.
Uh, a lot of funny things going on, don't they?
Well, he probably figured that I would want a dog. Whereas I would if I'd had a way to keep it, but I don't even have a refrigerator.
Yes, that must be it. You must have thought you had a refrigerator, yeah? What do you do?
On the switchboard. Don't you remember me?
Me?
Yeah. I always sort of nod to you every morning.
Oh, in the reception room.
Sure, yeah. I'm Maggie.
Of course. You get my number sometimes.
Yeah. Did you think I just came up here and started talking to you?
I had no idea.
Well, that must have been what you thought. I guess it's maybe that you never saw me altogether. I mean, just my head through a little window.
Well, it's nice to meet all of you, finally.
You go back to work again tonight?
No, I'm just resting for a few minutes here.
Oh, it's nice to do that. Is that my bus down there?
I'm not sure where you want to go.
Well, I wanted to find one of those discount stores. No, I just bought a phonograph, but I only have one record for it. I guess I'll see you.
Uh, there's one on 27th and 6th Avenue.
Thank you.
There's a record store around the corner, you know.
But is it discount?
Well, they all discount.
Nicely done. Okay, if you want to end it there, I understand. It's nicely done. I really like how you've done it. I mean, my notes to you are positive. Marshall, I like how you started Soto, kind of talking to yourself, and then you see her, you know, and you're describing her. I'd like a little bit more surprise when she sits down.
Okay, yeah.
I love that you're both attracted to each other. I think it's very cute. I think it's really a joke when you say, no, but I saw a woman with a bird. I mean, I think that's a joke.
Okay.
You know, do you see a man with a dog? No, but I saw a woman with a bird. You know, that could be a funny moment if you want to make it that. Doesn't have to be.
We were gravitating more towards that in general with this part of the scene, like
Yeah.
fun and flirty, you know.
Mm-hmm. The only thing that I really would like to see is that the way you've done it, there's no arc. Because she's cute and fluffy and sweet. And I love all that. And I love that you're, you know, Jake from Chinatown. I think that's really cool, Marshall, the way you're playing him. But I think we need to know a little more of her story and a little bit more of your story. That's why I think if I put you back in the room, I'd like you to do it a little bit further to
Okay.
where you say, you know, I used to have friends, they lived in that house. Are you talking about the judge? Because he's the top judge at your law firm.
Hmm.
And did she have an affair with him? You've heard about it. They won't even let her in to the funeral or the, you know, all you need to do is take it to where she says, um, where you say, Judge da 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 da, and she says, yes. And you can leave it there.
Okay.
Or if you want, you can take it to maybe you have to go. I mean, this is trouble. And Jennifer, then you can make the decision. What are you looking for? You're this young girl. You got involved with this older judge, father-like. Maybe nothing ever happened. Maybe you just sat there and kept him company and the two of you listened to records. But nobody understands that about you because you're beautiful and people are always attracted to you.
Okay, I like that.
You know?
Yeah.
So we can see an arc for you and we can see an arc for him going, are you what? Who are you talking about? So we see where the attraction can turn to, oh, this could be trouble or whatever you guys decide.
Okay. So down to around, you mean Judge Cruz? And I say, yeah.
Yeah.
That's on page 5.
Yeah.
Okay. Top of page 5.
And I need to see, Marshall, this means something to you. I don't know what it means. Does it mean that you've heard that he had a mistress? Is there a big scandal about him? Are you afraid to get involved with her? Or, you know, it's just fine. Whatever it is, I need to see an arc there for you.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a hard time trying to develop the arc with the little bit that we did. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Because there is no arc.
Yeah.
The way you played them is delightful and fluffy and fun. And but I think there is an arc. And the arc starts with, did you see a man with a dog? I mean, it's like, what? No, I saw a woman with a pet. You think she's joking, but she's not joking.
Mhm.
God knows it could have been a dope deal going down. That's the whole thing about this girl. She's just very innocent. And that's why, Jennifer, when you say the line, I'm a joke, people see me as a joke. It's very important. Or don't you remember me? You know, and he's like, I need to see you disappointed because everyone remembers you, but he doesn't seem to remember you. You know, these are wonderful little moments where you guys can fill it in with something.
Okay.
And I like that, Marshall, you're taking your time thinking about, do I remember her? Oh, yes, I do. And the relief, Jennifer, you do. But I do think you should, and I'll give you 2 or 3 or 4 minutes to do that record thing where you just start
Yeah.
talking to someone, because I think it's important. It shows her personality, Jennifer. Oh, you say you know of a record store. See, this is, if you went in for an audition like this and the casting director would give you that direction, you'd have to do it right then and there.
Right.
Oh, there's a record store, because you do not want Marshall to have to two characters, but you can do it as yourself, going, oh, you know of one, because it shows me, A, she's poor, B, she was with a rich man, she could have taken money from him, she didn't.
Mm-hmm.
She's naive. She's just real. Oh, and then it's like, no, and then Marshall, hey man, leave her alone. Does this happen to you all the time? Yes. Well, people talk to me, I have to answer them.
Mhm.
Okay? Any questions? I'm going to give you 4 minutes and then I'm bringing everybody back.
Okay.
Go for it, kids.
From the top?
I'm leaving you alone. I'll give you 4 minutes. Go
Oh,
for
I
it.
see.
No,
Okay.
you've got the top already. You guys just do that one area in the end.
I see what you mean. Yeah, I see what you mean. Okay.
All right, babe.
Oops.
All right. So